Hello and welcome back to the GDPR for Hospitality training series. I'm Melih, here to guide you through another essential aspect of GDPR, the role of the data controller. In Unit 7, we delve into this crucial role, which directly impacts how personal data is managed in the hospitality industry, since each hospitality business is a data controller according to the law. You might wonder, does the size of my hospitality business affect my status as a data controller? The answer is clear. No, it does not. Whether you're an independent service provider like an Airbnb host, a family-owned hostel with just a few employees, or a large hotel resort with hundreds on staff, the GDPR treats you all the same in terms of being a data controller. This means that the legal responsibilities and obligations under GDPR are quite similar regardless of your business's size. So, who is a data controller? According to GDPR, a data controller is defined as the entity that determines the purposes and means of the processing of personal data. In the context of the hospitality industry, this means your hotel or hospitality business is considered a data controller. You make decisions about what guest or employee data to collect, why it is collected, and how it will be used. This responsibility is not just about collecting data. It spans all data processing activities, including storage, access, and deletion. As a data controller, your business carries significant responsibility. You are accountable for ensuring that the processing of personal data adheres to GDPR principles, ensuring lawfulness, fairness, and transparency. This involves not just the data collection, but also how it is used, protected, and shared. Now let's consider typical scenarios in our industry. When guests book a room, their personal information, like name, contact details, and payment information, is processed by your establishment. Similarly, when you manage employee data for payroll or performance management, you're acting as a data controller. Each instance requires compliance with GDPR's guidelines to ensure proper data handling and protection. So, let's dive into the legal responsibilities of you as a data controller. As a data controller, maintaining detailed records of your processing activities is crucial. These records must include what data you're processing, for what purpose, and the parties to whom the data is disclosed. It's a significant part of demonstrating your GDPR compliance. Another core responsibility is ensuring a legal basis for processing personal data. Whether it's based on consent, necessity for a contract, a legal obligation, or other grounds specified by GDPR, each processing activity needs a justified reason. For instance, processing guest information for a reservation is typically necessary for performing a contract, whereas promotional activities might require obtaining explicit consent. Part of your responsibility as a data controller includes being transparent with individuals about how their data is being used and demonstrating compliance with GDPR. This means clearly communicating your data processing activities to your guests and employees, often through privacy notices or policies. You should inform them about what data you're collecting, why it's being collected, and how it will be used or shared. This transparency is essential not only for compliance but for building trust. Being responsive and respectful to data subject rights requests, like access to personal data or requests for erasure, is another key obligation of a data controller. It's vital for building trust and adhering to GDPR compliance. Moreover, it's your duty to ensure that any third-party data processors, like booking platforms or marketing agencies, comply with GDPR. This means establishing and monitoring clear data processing agreements to ensure they meet data protection standards. Also, consider whether you need a data protection officer, DPO. Under GDPR, appointing a DPO is necessary for extensive data processing activities, especially if they involve large-scale monitoring or handling of sensitive data. In Germany, under the BDSG, businesses with more than 20 employees processing personal data are also required to appoint a DPO. Assess if these conditions apply to your hospitality business, as a DPO plays a crucial role in guiding GDPR compliance and liaising with regulatory authorities. Before we wrap up, it's important to understand the risks of GDPR non-compliance. As a data controller, failing to follow these regulations can result in significant fines, up to 4% of annual global turnover or $20 million, whichever is higher. This applies to all businesses, regardless of size. Breaches like improper data handling, inadequate security, ignoring data subject rights, or delayed breach reporting can trigger these penalties. Remember, compliance is more than a legal requirement. It's essential for protecting your business from financial and reputational harm. In conclusion, being a data controller in the hospitality sector is a significant role. It involves managing personal data with the utmost care, ensuring compliance with GDPR in every aspect, from decision-making to daily operations. Thanks for joining me in exploring the data controller's role under GDPR. In our next session, we'll delve into the role of the data processor and its importance. For more resources, check out gdpr4hospitality.net.